And I'm glad to see that men in here beginning to praise and worship. Something that the men don't know. In scriptures, the men outpraise the women. It was the men that would do the dancing and the praise. But we got shut down because we didn't think it was macho. It's a good thing to praise him because we need his praise. Amen. One of the things I want to talk about today, isn't this stuff that's getting sickening that we hear on the news, all this hate and anger and folks getting shot and all these things. And it's time for us to be able to overcome some of these things as individuals, especially in the body of Christ. I want to talk about something today and that I'm a believer in. The church is a place. See, what people don't need is more laws. What people need is what the church was established to be in the first place. And the church would, because a lot of us have had some difficult times in our lives, and we went through some things in our lives, right? And some of us had been broken in our spirit and broken in our hearts and some of these things. And if you're not careful, you carry that with you into your adult, and then even some people die with that. And so what the Bible does for us, and what being born again does for us, and what Christ came for us, is to restore us. Is to restore us back to the point. You remember, we were created in the image of who? Christ. Yeah, we are created in the image of God. So we are supposed to be God-like. New Testament, Christ-like. Does that make sense? And that is the attitude and the love that we should have for one another, is to have the love that Christ had for us. And you know, it's a very difficult thing sometimes when I look at the life of Christ and I look at how he loved the church and what he died for sinners and people like us, amen? And he gave his life. And for us husbands, he even told us to love our wives as Christ loved the church, meaning to give our lives to our wives and our family as Christ did for the church, and to be the head. That's what the scripture's saying, right? And so to do that, some of us have to be restored. We need to be restored because some things have happened to us in our lives that has robbed us of our spirituality or has broken us from being the spiritual beings that we could be. Do you understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you need to ask God. Sometimes when you are broken, you ask God to restore. You say, Lord, I need for you to restore me. Because see, some of you in here will understand, especially my recovery people will understand, sometimes you've had it and you lose it. You see, and you have to ask God to restore. And let me tell you something. That sometimes can happen more than one time. So it makes it easy. You don't lose your life going to heaven. I'm talking about being born again. I'm talking about falling. Does that make sense? So one of the things we need to do, and restore means
recovery from a lapse or any bad state.
So sometimes something can happen to me. It doesn't even have to be sin, that I need to be restored so I can recover from this bad state of me. Have you ever been in a bad state of mind? Because something happened to you. Now, most of you are probably a little bit further along than me. There's been times that I had to restore my faith back in God because I lost it. Now that's me, all right? And so, yes, Pastor said that, but that doesn't make me any less. Probably makes me more because I can admit it. But so the thing of it is so sometimes things, even in your marriage, sometimes you have to get restored, right? Because something can happen, some bad state or situation can happen that cause you to kind of fall apart a little bit. Am I doing all right? All right, keep going, please.
Restore also means to restore to a former good condition.
So I need to get restored back to a former good condition. I was in a very good condition. I was really doing very well. I was working it, you know what I'm saying? I was working them steps. I was really working it, and something happened, and I needed to ask God to restore me back into a form of a good condition. All right, please.
It's also recovery and renewal of health and soundness, as from sickness or from insanity.
So, yes, I'll get both of them. I've had to, through the process of all of the chemo and all of the stuff that they put in my system to keep me here, I had to restore my health back right to soundness. And that's called diet and medication and stuff. That's on the physical side. And from sickness, and I feel really good today about that. And I went Friday and to my other colleges and everything is good. Well, we don't need to see you once a month now. We can see you once every 3 months. I'm going to talk to you because you're going to love me anyhow. And sometimes I get insane. This man know what I'm talking about. Sometimes hey, his brother DJ said this is like a bad neighborhood. And I don't need to be going up in there. Not by myself, not even with anybody. You see, so I can get insane. You know what I'm talking about? If you ever look at something and things were going good in your life, and you say, why did I do that? That was insane. Well, so I had to pray to God to restore that back, to restore me back to such a back to my sanity. You know, can I be real? Folks can make you go crazy. Things can make you go real crazy. You can be on your job, it can be your family. Come on here, come on, it can be your family. And you can lose your sanity if you're not careful. And you'll lose your sanity. And you have to ask God to bring you back to a sound mind and a sound spirit. Amen to that? And so the only way we can do that is to be spiritual. If you're not spiritual, you ain't got no place to go back to. Come on, it's spiritual.
Relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things.
See, so sometimes I have to stay spiritual. When I get back to that sound mind again, then I become spiritual again. And as I teach it on Thursdays, and then my senses, you got 5 senses, my 5 senses become my servants. Now somebody knows what I'm talking about. There was a time when I was enslaved by my 5 senses. And I was enslaved by my 5 senses. You understand what I'm saying? But when you get spiritual and born again, then your senses are no longer in control. The Spirit controls the senses, and you have the power now to use them the way God had you use them. All right, to that? All right, keep going.
Spiritual is also relating to people's thoughts and beliefs.
All right.
Rather than to their bodies and physical surroundings.
And so sometimes, see, when we get spiritual, we don't look at what we see. We look beyond what we see. Because some people look angry, but they're not really angry. That's just how they look. Right? And some folks look like they got joy, but they ain't got a whole lot of joy. That's how they look. And some people look sweet, come on here, until you talk to them. You see, so you have to be spiritual. You got to look past that and see what's spiritual. And some people are, you think that, come stay with me, that they feel like they're angry, but if we could look at their spirit, the Spirit would tell us the cause and effect of the anger, and we as Christians can help them. Does that make sense to you? And this is what we try to do here. We try to be spiritual people here. See, sometimes, let me tell you, I've been married, get that right, been married 48 years, right? At 48 years, and I still don't know Sister Gwen. Because, see, there's different things can happen in 48 years, but if I'm spiritual, the Holy Spirit will introduce me to whatever thing that's going on in her life, and vice versa. You see, some of you all, the young men in here, I'll talk to young men. See, young men, when you're in your 20s, you're cool, right? And then one of these days you get 35 and you want to do what you do when you were 20, and your body won't do that. That's called midlife crisis. They talk about what women go through, men go through the same thing. Midlife crisis, we do that. And so, but the Spirit can reveal to you where that person is at. Come on here. And the Spirit can reveal to you where you at, right? The Spirit can reveal to you, and when the family's getting ready to fall apart, the Spirit will be able to tell you where it's cracking at. Does that make sense? Before it falls apart. Is everybody with me? Yeah. All right, now let's just go. I'm going to go to my company. Here's what happens. People quit being afraid to go to somebody and get some information that you don't have. Quit being afraid of that. And come on, man, y'all can say amen after I get done with you men. All right? And we men are the worst at it. Amen. Because we don't want nobody to know our business. What they do, they can see how you act, you know your business. Right? All right? No, I want somebody to know my business so I can be a better business person. Does that make sense? But so remember, I tell you all the time, always have somebody in your life smarter than you. You know, I use Will Rogers, the writer. We're all ignorant, just different subjects. Alright, so if there's something that I'm ignorant of, meaning don't know about, then I'm going to go to somebody who knows that to be able to help me to understand what's going on in my life, right? So it's kind of like this here. Has anybody been here married less than 10 years? Yeah, all right, less than 10 years. All right. So you need to come to me, because I got 40 years older than you. So I can tell you 40, I got 40 years of information. And I've been with the same person. All right, let's get that straight. So I got 40 years of information that I can help you with. You see them ladies? I hate to say this, man, I have to say it. You need to go to Sister Gwen, because she's got 40 years of dealing with me. And so there's a lot of information she can give you, right? And this is why we all need to have people in our lives, because we all have some issues somewhere that somebody else has went through. They can help us to go through that thing. Does that make sense? Let's just use this as easy. If your marriage is falling apart and the Holy Spirit shows you got some cracks, then you need to go to somebody that can help you before it falls apart. That just makes good sense. Right. Physically, if your body's falling apart, you need to talk to somebody, come on here, that's been through that situation, right? And have victory through that situation, and they can tell you what is going on and be able to help you and direct you to where you need to go to get the help you need to get so you don't fall apart. Does that make sense? I was concerned, you all, that, I had that cancer in the spine, right? You all know that, right? And so my back was swelling up, and it was really kind of hurting a little bit back there. And so I'm like, here we go again. And so I went to the doctor, the oncologist, and I said, all right, this is swelling up, this is what's happening, and this is where you remember they done this? And he said, no, Johnny, it's called buffalo hump. No, this is a real thing. It's called buffalo hump, and it's done by the steroids that you take. And it caused that. Y'all can look that up. I was shouting for joy. I was shouting for joy. I'm good. I'm good. See, so but I had to go what? Get the information. And then, and women, hey, Gwen ain't got to tell me to go to the doctor. Because I ain't trying to die over something I get fixed. You know what I'm saying? But so I have to go to somebody that's got the information. Now, and then there's other things. We got people in here that's dealing with alcohol, drugs, maybe pornography, maybe obesity, or whatever your issue is, because whether we like it or not, we all got some issues we're dealing with. So I use the recovery commentator all the time to help me, to help you to understand that you're not unique. There's somebody in this room that's got the same thing you got. Right? And everybody ain't gonna gossip. Right? You gotta get they gossip. You know they ain't gossip at why. You didn't know they had it. God, that's good. I'll get back. Anyway, give me my recovery commentary, right?
This life recovery commentary is going to reference Galatians chapter 6, verse 1 through 10. And Paul is talking to the Galatians, people of the church like us. He says to share their troubles with one another.
What the commentary said, and I'm going to use scripture, to share your problems with one another. Sometimes it's okay to tell somebody, hey, man, this is where I'm at. This is what I got to deal with. We're going to talk about this a little bit. Sit down and have coffee and just talk. Oh, yeah. All right.
By doing this, it would bring healing to hurting people and provide opportunities for the believers to help each other.
And this is a healing process by speaking it out. The Bible says confess your sins to one another. And this is a healing process, because sometimes if you hold that thing in here, that thing will eat you up like a cancer. But once you get that out, the healing process, because once you talk about it, somebody's been through something you've been through. That's right. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then the healing process starts. And it's supposed to be one another. We should help one another and be able to talk with one another. And we keep our mouth shut after that person talks to us. Amen. All right?
Paul included a special note to encourage those who might be too proud to admit their problem.
So don't be too proud to admit your problem. Do you understand what we need to do on Sunday is, because we have recovery at 6:30 on Tuesdays here, what we need to do on Sunday is just bring the recovery class on Sunday morning. Man, it'll be a relief for a whole lot of people in here. Say, oh, I didn't know that was her. He was in the class. He was in the class. You'd be surprised who's in there and who's not in there. The most thing you'd be surprised about is that you should have been there.
And a essential part of recovery is admitting to others the exact nature of our wrong.
Just tell them what it is. Just tell them what it is. Okay? Can you, my personality, you all know my personality. One place that I have to go is where would have to be next to me is Las Vegas. Music, lights, and all that stuff, and I got that kind of personality. I'd be going crazy in Las Vegas. I want to go on there. I like that. Oh, what that's you see, somebody else be hung up on all the women in there. I'm just talking about the lights and the bright and all of that. Man, let me tell you something. If I could have a voice like Isaac, I wouldn't be singing in no church. No, not that young age. It would have been about Jesus. It might have been about G, but it wouldn't be Jesus. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Now, stay with me. All right, so I know that would be a place that I shouldn't be at. I'm talking now. Right, just because I'm 72, don't think I can't act 22. Come on here. Yeah, I'm in Las Vegas. Hey. All right, come on, shine them boots up, put that suit on, I'm walking in the streets and, oh, too much. So he gave me the all right, here we go. And I ain't the only one here can't go someplace. I ain't the only one here can't go someplace. You better know where you can go and where you can't go. Because Satan will tell you, you ready. All right?
As we share with others, we will discover that much of the burden of our painful past or our addictive tendency will be lifted.
It'll be lifted. Because see, you're stronger when you get rid of that stuff that you carry. And sometimes it don't have to be sin. Sometimes it can be just a burden, a situation, or a circumstance that's in your heart. You got to get it out of there. All right? Does that make sense? Because you know you can start with an allergy and end up with a cold. All right?
It says, with their encouragement and call to accountability.
With their encouragement, you need somebody to encourage you, but you also need somebody to hold you accountable. That's why people don't like recovery classes. Because there's going to be people in there that's going to hold you accountable. You see, in the church you can kind of sneak away, but you need somebody that will encourage you, but at the same time you want somebody that will hold you accountable.
We can shed our painful past and move on to a productive future.
And we can shed our painful past and move on to a productive future. This is why some people are stuck to shame, to let it go. I'm talking to someone. Here we go.
All right, now back to Galatians chapter 6. I'm going to read verse 1 through 10 from the NIV, and I'm going to mix in the voice and the message.
And this is what we want, because I want to make sure we get this message. Because there's a whole lot of craziness going on, and I don't want to ever look on TV and see one of y'all. All right?
And he says, brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit, it's big S, should restore that person gently.
This is what the problem we have in the church. We're putting the wrong people out of the church.
Right.
When someone falls, someone is supposed to be there to restore that person. And it says what? Gently. And so it really just bothers me when a pastor does something. I'm not talking about molesting children and stuff, all right? I'm talking about in their personal life. They'll be out of that, they do that stuff. In their personal life, they do something, first they don't just kick them out of that. The Bible says there's some spiritual people in your church. Well, get those spiritual people in there and bring that brother, that sister back in there and restore them gently back in that position. And look why, and there's a reason why.
It says, but watch yourselves, or you also may be
The
tempted.
Bible says, watch yourself, or you also may be tempted. This is where the problem's at. I got to be careful when I counsel people. When I talk to people, it says, do it gently because you can be tempted and you fall. See, there's too many good people leaving the church. Because the church doesn't want them in there because they don't look like them. They act like they're at home, but they don't look like them. You see what I'm saying? All right, so this is what Christ Temple North is. Christ Temple North is a church for broken people. And that's what we are here. The church is for broken people, people who want to grow, men who want to be better men, women who want to be better women, who want to be better husbands and wives and fathers and mothers and better people. That's why we're here, because we are broken people. And in case you didn't know that, and if God, you're in the Holy Spirit, and you go by the Spirit, and He's led you here, then He's telling me already when you walk through the door, you got issues.
That's right. That's right.
Does that make sense? You don't go to the hospital and see folks rolling folks into heaven.
Right.
All the churches like should be that way, right? And you should be comfortable because you know somebody in this congregation has got what you got. Amen. All right?
The voice says it this way in verse 1. My spiritual brothers and sisters, if one of our faithful has fallen into a trap.
And I love that. I want to stop right there because I love this brother guy. It says one of our faithful. So he's talking about one of the real faithful folks. Yeah. So it lets us know that no matter where we at in our spiritual walk, we have the potential to fall. And if we're aware of that as people, then when somebody falls, it shouldn't shock you. We say, oh, I didn't think she would ever do that. Well, she has. Let's go get her. And bring her back into the fold. I didn't think he would ever do that. Isn't that right? That's what church is supposed to be. That's what this one is, all right?
Again, if one of our faithful has fallen into a trap and is snared by sin, don't stand idle and watch his demise. So we're not going to just stand by. We're going to go get our brother, go get our sister, all right? Gently restore him or her, being careful not to step into your own snare. See, we're going to do it carefully because we know we have what? The potential to fall ourselves. When the church gets back like that, it feels church is us. All right? The message says it this way: to live creatively, friends. If someone falls into sin, forgivingly restore him. So what are we going to forgivingly restore? Forgivingly means that thing's over after we do that. Come on here, let's get this, let's build on your life. Let me get this you on here. You bring them back in, you say, you've forgiven, God has forgiven you, your family. It's time for us now to get on with your life. You understand what I'm saying? I like this one. Saving your critical comments for yourself. Yeah, keep your critical comments to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Keep it to yourself. But here's why. You might be needing the forgiveness before the day's out. Might need to say that for the day's out. Oh, say amen to that. You understand? This is Bible talk. This is what the church was set up to be. Then man got a hold of it. Started putting in rules and regulations that people couldn't live up to. I told the preacher once, man, you need to quit that food. Well, I'm just saying, no, I can't live what's in here. Don't be adding to it. Is that right? You understand what I'm saying? There's enough of it up in here. I don't need nobody to add nothing on me. All right? And then if I fall, the scripture says from something in here, you all are supposed to bring me back in. I didn't know pastor would do that. I guess I gotta find another church. You see? I tell people when they leave church, no, that's okay. The folks will leave even here, and then they don't call you, they don't talk to you. Some of you talk to your friends, right? But I never get excited when somebody goes to another church, because I always tell people, the one you're going to, somebody just left that one. All right, you understand? That's just how folks are, right? But you're welcome to come back here. And you ain't got to explain to me. I see people in the store that don't come to church anymore, and you ain't got to explain, wrong man, you're wrong woman. You ain't got to explain to me why you ain't there. Does that make sense what I'm saying? You know, all right. You see where I'm trying to come from? But if you want to come back, nobody's going to ask you where you've been. None of you didn't know it. Glad to have you home. All right? Our mission is in verse 2 where it says to carry each other's burdens. Sometimes, listen to me, the strong have to bear the infirmities of the weak. Sometimes you have to carry the burden. Sometimes you have to do it. I'll tell you how it is. Let something happen in family. You got some other siblings, you just think everybody will help. Right, you think everybody will help. Yeah, they all want some of that. But everybody ain't gonna help. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. Y'all know that's true. Yeah, they'll show up after everything done. But you know, we have to carry the burden. Somebody got to do it. That's right. All right? It says, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Because we don't care what people think about us. We're going to do it. We don't even think about what we say. We try to fulfill the law of who?
law of Christ says I'm supposed to do what? Take care of that. I got to take care of that. Even though I'm not the one, I ain't going to talk with my sisters, with my brothers, my uncles, somebody got to take care of it. And see, well, you doing too? No, I'm doing this to fulfill the law of Christ. I ain't doing this to please y'all. You know, I'm going to put it back in there. I ain't doing this to please y'all or to please nobody or to get anything from it. I'm doing it because I need to fulfill the law of Christ. Amen to that. Amen. All right?
Here's another way it's stated. Stoop down and reach out to those who are oppressed.
And so there's plenty of people oppressed. So sometimes us that are not oppressed, we reach down and help them. Amen. Don't talk about folks. Go help them. All right? Sister girl needs some comfort. She needs some encouragement. You don't know who she's living with. You don't know who he's living with or what they're living with in themselves. Don't talk. Reach down and encourage them. And ask them and help them carry that burden. All right?
It says, share their burdens and so complete Christ's law.
So we trying to complete who? Christ's law. We ain't trying to please people. We're not even trying to please ourselves. We're doing this because this is Christ's law. All right? That means you'll be helping some people you don't like. That means there'll be some folks who like to put both hands around their neck. Don't get to pick and choose now. All right? Here we go.
It says that if anyone thinks there's something when they're not, they deceive themselves.
Anyway, don't lie to yourself. You ain't unique. Yeah. We ain't unique. Right. All right? Here we go. Forward.
Each one of us should test our own actions.
Where are you going to start at? Test your own actions out. All right?
Then they can take pride in themselves alone.
Yes, that's right, quietly.
Without comparing themselves to someone else.
Quit comparing yourself to somebody else. Right? That's what you got to tell your kids. That's why they're getting bullied, getting made fun of in schools. Because they're trying to be somebody else. Somebody else is mirroring them. Don't let nobody see your mirror. Read that again. I didn't get the response I wanted.
Each one should test their own actions.
Test your own actions.
Then they can take pride in themselves alone.
You take pride in yourself alone.
Without comparing yourself to someone else.
Don't compare yourself to no one else. You see, you all are no better than him. You're who you are. Because God made you who you are. And when you get there, can't nobody do it like you do it. Can't nobody replace you. You see, you ain't got no low self-esteem unless you're listening to the evil forces and the demonic forces, because God chose you to be who you are. That should please. All right?
The Bible says in verse 5 that each one should carry their own.
Carry your own load. It said carry your own load. I'm in this thing, first of all, to be able to carry my own load. 6.
Nevertheless, the one who receives instruction in the Word should share all good things with their instructor.
See, here's what happens. When you receive instructions, you ought to share those good things with your instructor. I don't want the physical part. There are some people that are called pastor up sometimes. Say, Pastor, I listened to that message on Sunday, and I really got, it touched my life. It was a life-changing thing. Somebody else. Then I tell my instructor up there, I prayed for a blessed day today. And I said, Lord, you know, we're going to be kind of, a lot of folks who got more calls, people being sick, but it looks like you all are healthy. And he done, didn't we have a good praise and worship? Yeah. I praise the instructor. The instructor, that's Holy Ghost stuff coming at you. Them folks couldn't do that stuff. Isaac wasn't doing that stuff for no performance. He's not a good performer anyway. He does everything by spirit. He'll tell you that. He only sings certain songs unless he feels it. You see the praise team and our musicians, they were kicking. Right? Well, they were under the influence of the Holy Spirit. Well, that's what we got to do, right? So we thank God for them. Say amen to that. The response that they got, they were amen and you on. Because it brought all of us into a very praise place. You understand what I'm talking about? So the instructors done a good job this morning.
The Bible says in verse 7, do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked.
Here's the important part. Read that really loud. I want everybody to get this part.
A man reaps what he sows.
You reap what you sow. You sow good, good comes up. You sow anger, anger comes back. You understand what I'm saying? You sow ugly, ugly's going to come back to you then. You're going to reap what you sow. Right? Is that right? All right. Now, here we go.
Makes it plain in verse 8. It says, whoever sows to please their flesh.
That's, that's all about. Keep going.
From the flesh will reap destruction.
That's right.
Whoever sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit will reap eternal life.
You reap eternal life? We have the Spirit's still in here. It's a powerful time in here. Because we reap it from the Spirit. We understand what I'm talking about. All right?
Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up.
See, if just keep doing good. You don't know when your blessing will come. You don't know when your blessing will come. You just keep doing good. I just don't see that. That's what you can't see the results. You see, it may be 10 years from now, maybe 15 years, maybe 15 minutes, 15 days, but it will happen to you. I'm telling you. That's Scripture promise you that. You just keep doing good. Nobody else, I'm going to keep doing the good thing. Right? I know, but my mind's going to tell me that, my flesh is going to tell me that you need to get with these folks. But the Spirit said, don't go ahead and help them anyway. Does that make sense?
What Pastor's saying is what verse 10 says, that as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people.
How many people?
All.
How many people?
All.
Okay. Just Christians?
All.
All right, here we go.
But especially to those who belong to the family of believers.
Especially to those who belong to the family of believers. You're all supposed to love each other. Right? Take care of each other. All right?
The message says, write down, therefore, every time we get the chance, let us work for the benefit of all.
Every time we get a chance, we work for the benefit of all.
That's right.
Right?
Starting with the people closest to us in the community.
It starts with the people closest to us in the community of faith. Now I'm going to talk to you. All right? Because I'm about to end. There's too much craziness going on.
That's right.
And this politics and all of these things, it's too much. I can't wait for Tuesday. Because see, I flip the phone and the same commercials I love. All right? And we found out what happened in this Jewish synagogue, right? And that was a white guy who done it, right? They picked up a black man in the morning in New York, someplace who was going to do some stuff to Jews. So it ain't even color lines. It's folks that done lost their minds. They taking doing yoga, walking the streets of this place, right? But now, I'm going to tell you all, pastors all in some churches tell people who to vote for and how to vote. So this is going to be the first time you're going to have Pastor Field. He's going to tell you how to vote. And I want you to tell your friends this here. You see, my pastor told me this, and I'm going to tell you this. One man esteems one day above another. Another esteems an every day alike. Here's what you're going to tell them. Let every man be fully persuaded by his own mind. Romans 14:5. One man is esteemed by one day, another by another, one such and such. The problem you're going to say is, what you're going to tell them, my pastor told me, that every woman be persuaded by her own mind. That's how we vote. That's how we vote. Get out and vote. And when somebody votes, they're persuaded by their mind to vote Democrat, Republican, or whoever. That's their business. All right? Is that good stuff there?